Shalom, Israel. Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure this camera is right. This is upside down. Just want to make sure the camera is good. Shalom, Israel. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We've been on these streets since 1969. So I try to teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians their true nationality, okay, and their true culture and history. Okay, we've been on these streets to try to explain. You are. So we went over last week. Banya Yashar Allah. Right? You are Banya Yasharala. We've been on these streets trying to teach this to our people for decades, right? Who we got? We got one brother in the room. Now, what is Banya Yasharala? What does this word mean? Banya. First one. Banya, right? Right? Now, let's take the first word. First word, bond. Bond means son or child, right? Now, like we covered last week, Yah is used when describing a family. Yah is used when describing a son, like It, a son of, right? Yah in this instance is you, okay? So how would we say son or child multiple? When you're saying it by itself, like Genesis, the 3rd chapter, I believe the 16th verse, you would see Ban Yam, right? Because Yam is plural. So what? Ban Yam is sons / children. So you might think certain words use banya, right, to say children, but that's incorrect, right? When you're using a descriptive to describe a specific race of specific group of children, you drop the ma, and it's banya. So banya is, I'll put this in parentheses so you can understand, descriptive children. Right? Banya is what you use to describe a certain group of children or to denote a certain group of children. Okay, Banya is just when you're talking about children in general. Let me see if I can't pull that for you. No, it's right here in the Genesis 3 and shots. Either the Khan, Salah, just bear with me 1 sec. About to share. I want to say it's 3 and 16. Three and Khan 16. Genesis 3 and 16. Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children. Right? The children here is Banya, right? Because it's not describing any specific child. It's just talking about, or a group of children. It's just talking about children in general, right? Now you have Banya, which is a descriptor for children. And the main thing we were breaking down is we tell our people they are Banya Yashrala. So what is Banya Yashrala? So let's write that at the bottom, a little smaller. One, yeah, yeah, shar, ah. Anybody have any questions, or you put it on the board? So now we know Panya is children. Right? Now, what's called, we're pretty much done here, but what's called, because if you don't know what the hell this is, this may be your first day inside a Hebrew class. You don't know what that is. Okay? What's called? So let's just put it on the board. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Okay? Times. Children have been usually spoken in Hebrew, so I'm going to just put that in parentheses. Is. Children of Israel. Right? That's who these are. These are the children of Israel. Okay? And that's the formula for basically everybody. The Edomite would basically Banya, Adawan. Right? Children of Edom. Allow me 1 second. Hey, yo, hurry up. Children of Edom. Khan. The children of Edom. And that's basically how the formula works. Slap it 1 second. Does anybody have any questions? Put it on the board. Okay, any questions whatsoever? Let me see. Shalom, Trooper Nahalia, and yeah, Khan. Shalom, Trooper. Okay, so I'm gonna erase this. Go do something else. Next. Gone. All right. So now what we're gonna cover the basic alphabet. I see we got a trooper in the room. Trooper, are you familiar with your alphabet yet, or la? Have you got you have the Hebrew sheet in front of you, or la? Okay, no sign of crash. One of the Delaware camp, no sign of crash. I'll give you a second to answer. All right. We're gonna do the ancient. Okay. You're gonna go through this for anyone who may be new and not know. Ah is the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Okay, Ba, second letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Now, for those who don't know, Anyone who's ever looked up what's it called, these letters, so on and so forth, you'll get certain not names such as Aleph and Ba. Okay, when Adam initially created the Hebrew language, he based it off of he based it off things that he saw in his environment. Aleph, is technically an ox. This symbol initially was an ox when drawn a certain way. This symbol initially was a house, right? Bach means house. The reason I'm mentioning this is because a lot of people are unaware. What's called one, a portion of the Greek alphabet can be traced back to Hebrew. Like a few of their words from alpha, which is Aleph, beta, which is Bath, gamma, which is Gamal, and that's next. God, right? That all comes from the Hebrew language. Okay? The reason I'm bringing that out is because, to explain to you, this is the basis of all language. Aleph and Ba are where the word alphabet comes from. Alpha, beta. Aleph, Ba. Okay? Hebrew has no vowels, for those who are unaware. There are no vowels within this language. It is completely consonantal. Da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta, da, ha. Salaka, let me raise it up. I'm drawing a little too close. Shucks. Ha, wa, za, ka, and ta, Salaka, bear with me. Ya, ka, la, ma. Okay, this right up. Salaka. Root. John. Okay, so we're up to the ma. Now we're on na. Na. Okay, next would be sa. The sa. Sa is actually a flat. I. Right? I. This is not a vowel. The I in the Hebrew is not a vowel. That it functions as a consonant, like in my name, I, Badia. I, like, I'll give you a brief explanation. I don't want to use. Well, I will use my name. I'll use I, Ma. Right? In this instance, okay, usually what a vowel is, a vowel of, we have an actual dictionary. Okay, in basic terms, you have words like igloo. The I and the G here are connected. It makes the ig sound, right? However, the I and the M are disconnected, right? This M and this I are two different sounds. I, my, right? The I form, vowels technically work to change the structure or change the sound of a consonant. Like ku, ka, and ku. No, ko, ka, and ku. There's three different versions of putting a C, putting a vowel after a C, right? And that's what vowels help to do. But in the Hebrew, it doesn't have that, what's called. The I is just a consonant by itself. It's its own letter. Pa, taza, kwa, ra, sha, and lastly, da. The same also goes for ah. Ah is not a vowel. Ah is a consonant. Okay, that is not a vowel. Okay, these are the Hebrew letters in the ancient. This is exactly as our ancestors wrote it. When you go and you look up things like the Decalogue stone, when you look up Los Lunas, so on and so forth. These are artifacts, for those who didn't know, that were found within the Americas, right, in ancient Hebrew, in this Hebrew, right? They found a copy of the Ten Commandments in this Hebrew. So you can't even say they were a group of Phoenicians or a group of Shemitic people. No other group of Shemitic people had the Ten Commandments. So where did these people get it from? And first, okay, so that's our language. There's what you'll find. Okay, you won't find the Syrian Hebrew, which is the common. Ready? You won't find the Assyrian Hebrew, which is the common version that our people, that you'll see used by our oppressor. Now that Hebrew, was invented by us. But this is actually what our ancestors created. Our ancestors created this using the symbols that were around him. And I say him because one specific ancestor did it. A man by the name of Adam. Okay, Adam in the Hebrew means he is up from the dust. Okay, now we're going to get the Assyrian, because the Assyrian's important. Why? Because that's what you're going to be reading. Unfortunately, as I said earlier, that's what our oppressor uses. Okay, so this is their right? Ba. Okay, God. I'm gonna separate these a bit. Salaki, bear with me. Ba. God.
No, you don't gotta do that.
Oh, you don't want to do it, sir?
No.
God.
You could use the Hebrew sheet for that.
Okay, fine. God.
I was trying to get alphabet and then break it down.
God, sir.
I wanted to go into the Decalogue stone that you brought it up.
Yeah, God, sir.
I mean,
yeah, God.
okay, so
It was that about to the prison officer. Salaki. Salaki is right.
No sweat. All right, do it.
God.
Right, so here we have oh my gosh.
Damn, I got you.
Yeah, just close it.
Okay, fine.
No sweat. We have the Decalogue stone on here, right? I don't know how well they can see this, right?
Yeah, it's decent. Yeah.
Okay, so we put in the lost lunar stone. That's what we put on the search right here. Decalogue stone or Los Lunas stone. We know Lunas is the moon in Spanish, right? And then if you take we're gonna grab one of these pictures right here, right?
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
This is it right here.
Yeah,
See if we can get bigger. All right. This is the Los Lunas stones. On this writing here, this writing on here, this is okay. Remember now, the European man, right? Christopher Columbus's crew, they came to the Americas, right?
Right.
They came to the Americas and there was people already here, right? Let me get 2 Nations 13 and 40, right? They came to the Americas. There's people already here, black, some of them not so dark skinned, all right?
Right.
And the people that was here had a writing system. Now, this stone right here is from New Mexico, right? New Mexico. That's what this stone is right here. This stone is called the Los Lunas stone in New Mexico. And here's the writing on here, right? Right? And what Abadi was bringing out. So right, in that this now, when you break it down now, right? This is the Ten Commandments, right? This is a Ten Commandments taken out of Exodus chapter 20 that the native Indians had.
Right.
So now, if people want to act like, oh, there's no such thing as an Israelite, or that the native Indians meaning the Latinos are native Indians, right?
Right.
If the native Indians are not Israelites, what are they doing with the laws of the Israelites
Right.
before any so-called civilized people came over here
Right.
with the Bible?
Second Ezra 6, you said?
Second Ezra 13, the
God, I know what you're talking about, but I haven't seen it.
all right. Second Ezra 13 and 40. All right.
Yeah.
So when you look here now, we can identify some of the Lashawan Qadash right here, right? We have a La Ha Yaka. That's Allah Ha Yaka, right? Now their writing dialect is a bit different, but you can still make out some. You got the Shathar down here, right? We got a what's this right here? Wa'ath. So this is a Wa Ayak. Ayak is a word to say like where or something like that, right? Lama Ail. It's very interesting, right? But this is what they say is the Ten Commandments. But this is clearly a Zah right here. This is a A right here. This is a Ka right here, right? We got Allah Hayaka right here, straight up Lashawan Qadash Hebrew, right? This is the Lord's name right here, Yahweh right here. Oh, and that's heavy too. Meaning what?
Right.
The Lord's name is here. It's not. It doesn't say Ahaya Ashar Ahaya here, right? It goes on to say Yahweh. This part is here. The stone that's being eroded right here, a little bit chipped, right? But it says Yahweh Allah Hayaka, right? Ashar, right? This is a Hawa. I can't make out the other letter right there. Something Haya something, right? And we have something about I don't know if this is a tha, but I know this is a car, right? This is a ya. Can I make that out, right? This is a ma right here. Ma. This one over here can be. I wonder if I can get a clearer one. All right. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So I'm put it upside down, and they call it the mystery stone. This is your identity as a black or Latino or Native Indian is a mystery, right? Your language system is a mystery, right? Your culture, what kind of clothes you wore, that's a mystery, right? Where did the Negro come from? I was big up the Wu-Tang Clan, man. They put the I.S.U.P.K in the damn thing on Hulu, right? Second episode, in the second season and the second episode, they put the Israelites on there. They came and set up camp right in their market. You know what I mean? And the brothers was arguing with the 5%ers, and the Israelites' argument was in the they didn't make it heavy, too heavy, right? But the Israelites' argument to the 5%ers was when the 5%ers said we are the original black man, you know, yada yada, whatever they told that meaningless garbage, right? The Israelites, which represented only the I.S.U.P.K in their TV episode, right, said, where does the Negro come from? You see what I'm saying? Like, how a man who says we are the we are the original man, right? Where does he come from? They're gonna say Africa, right? But then why don't you call us the African man, right? But they're saying the original man, or the original black man, or the Asiatic black man, and Asia and Africa is not the same. Right. But then you will have some dum-dums out there that will say Asia is Africa. But I can look at any map and see Asia is over here, and I can see Africa is down here, right? And there is something to be distinguished. But that is brought up to say what? Our identity is a mystery. Why would we argue over who we are and where we're from? Because our identity is a mystery, right? And they call this the mystery stone, and the Latinos' identity is a mystery. They look at them not related to the Negro in society, right? It's all a big question box, all right? Good, right? Okay, so here we got a better one now, right? It says, okay, I make out what this one is right, but that's the car, and that's a ya. Anya, it might be saying Anya, right? No, it can't be Anya, because that's a car right there. It could be saying Anakia, right? What's Anakia again? Anakia is a word, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Anakia is a word. Let's see what Anakia is.
Anakia, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Ashar.
Where are you reading that from?
This is verse 2.
Verse 2 of what?
Second Exodus 20.
Oh, get down. Come over here and read that, man. Come over here. Right?
John.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Where we at?
Right here. Anakia, Yahweh, Alahayaka.
Put that over here right quick, if I could.
John.
Right? They can see this, right? The first word right here is
Anakia.
Anakia, right? And that's what we have right here. Anakaya, right? Keep going. Yahweh, right? Yahweh, keep reading. Alahayaka, right?
Ashar,
Ra, right? So this is how they write their Ra's right here, right? Keep reading.
Hawa Taza'athika.
Taza'athika. Right, keep going.
Ashar. Wait, Slakia. Ma Arataza.
Okay, Ma and then there's something on faded over here. I guess that's the Arataza, because this one looks similar to this letter right here. That's the Ra right there, right? Ara, Taza, Ara. So this is they got Taza that looks like a H here then. All right? Let's keep going.
Matazarium.
I don't see Matazarium. Do you see the Lord's name coming up? Because we've got the Lord's name here.
Salakia,
okay.
Makayath.
Okay, keep going.
Makayath.
Ibadium. This one right here.
Oh, actually, yes. La'a Yahweh.
Oh, there we go. La'a Yahweh. Keep reading it. Alahaya. Keep going.
Khan. Laka Alahayam.
Laka Alahayam. Okay, we don't see the Laka here, right? But we have Alahayam. And now the Ka is not there, right? But that's a Ma right there, right?
Khan.
The Ma and the Ya is like upside down to each other, right? Keep reading.
Alahayam.
This don't look like Allah. It's like, Alahayam. So that's the one we just read. Keep going.
Right, Salakia. Akaryam.
Akaryam, right? The yam over here, the same yam that's over here. Alahayam.
Alpanya.
Right? So we have, I hope everyone can see this, right? We have the yam right here, yam, and then we have a yam here again, because we're reading not the same the same scriptures, right? After is there aisle after Akaryam?
Aisle.
So there we go. Lashawan Qadash. Aisle. Right? This is real Hebrew, y'all. Aisle, right? And we have Paryam, right? Panyam. Okay, this doesn't look like Panyam, right?
Because that looks like a nah, but that the pa kind of looks a little weird, but and I guess this is the ma. Pa na, but where's the ma?
The ma is at the end.
No, the ya.
Okay, the ya is the one that's looks like a chair.
Right.
Right. So they put the ya sideways.
Yeah, so that's right. Pa, na, and I guess yeah.
Pan.
Pa, na, and yeah.
Okay, well, where's the ya? The ya
Right,
is
right
okay.
here.
The ya is that's sitting down.
Yeah, right. They're right there. Yard's a little weird sitting down.
Okay, so let's keep going and see what else we can catch.
Khan for la'a ta Aisha ata Aisha laka.
I don't see it. Just keep going.
Okay.
We're trying to get to another la'a.
Pile wakal ta mawana ashar ba shamayim mamayo wa ashar ba rataza
As a matter,
mataka.
you know what we should do? We should get all this on the board. This is a good thing right here to teach the Ten Commandments. Right?
Right.
Let me get some juice in the cut.
Yeah. You want mango?
Yeah, please.
We got the ginger in there, and then all that stuff cool.
Yeah. I don't want. Oh, mix it for me.
Mix it, Khan.
Yeah, after that. You know what I mean?
Khan, I'm sure.
Oh, okay. You broke down what these are already, right? Like the cow and the.
I broke down some of them, Khan, sir. I didn't break down every one.
Okay, no sweat.
Yeah.
We go over every week still.
Yeah, right. Okay, Khan. Trying to get it together, dude. Khan.
Okay. So of course, that what we were reading there was Exodus chapter 20. All questions are welcome, right? Exodus 20, right? The so-called 10 Commandments, except there's of course more than 10 commandments.
Right.
All right, come on.
I am the ball.
Okay. We know the usual, where it starts, where the bar Allah hayam, right? Ath means to apply a verb. What's the verb that's being applied here? The bar, meaning anything that any person or thing, right, is that's being spoken, because the bar means to speak here, right? It's referring to that thing, right? So ath, there's only one ath here, right? So who's the ath referring to? Who's the bar referring to? Kal the barium, right? So all the barium is a word that is a way they say commandments, right? Or the thing that he spake, right? And that's the manner of the I.S.U.P.K. Meaning, if you hear General Muhammad say it, just do it. You see what I'm saying? Because that's really the way we have English now, where the English will say laws, statutes, and commandments, but it's just all the things that the Lord said to do. All right. All right. Ha Allah. You know, Allah is how we say these. All right, that's a good one too. No, we're gonna make it over.
Allah can also mean now, right?
Huh?
Allah can also mean now, right?
Now, usually, what I like to teach. Okay, now.
That's what I saw.
Now is N-O-W, right?
Yeah, God.
Okay. It depends, because English now is something that a lot of things can mean different things based on context.
Come.
If you want to say now, do this now, or
right.
Now, let's do this.
Right.
The most common way to say is similar to now.
Right.
I believe they're related.
Right.
It's na'a.
Na'a.
Na'a is how you say now. You see what I'm saying?
Come.
And I teach that way because that way we can have Allah, right, to mean these, right?
Right.
And then na'a could be now. So now we have a clear distinction of, if I want to say this, I'm gonna say this. I want to say now, I say na'a. If I say Allah, right? You know, I'm not talking about now. I might be talking about these.
Right.
Right? Just so we try to get this language back.
Right.
And we have to have something that, you know, we don't get confused with. You know
right.
what I mean? So you might say Allah to say now, but then I might take it as he's talking about these.
Right.
I mean, just to be clear, in our talk, so there's no miscommunication. Now, anakia means I. All right, we need a better pen.
A better one? We have a few.
Yeah. Usually I don't like red because it's bright and the board is bright.
We got blue or black. I don't have the black one.
All right, okay, we'll work with this for now until we get someone tells us the problem online, right?
Yeah, I'm saying.
Okay, so there's Anakia, right? Anakia is another word to say I.
Right.
Right? I believe.
Well, and that's with a ka, not a ka.
It's a ka, yeah.
Ka, okay.
Right. Good.
When is Anakia used?
Apparently, it's the Lord.
Huh?
I don't see Anakia used much. I see it when the Lord is talking.
Okay.
Right. Usually, when we talk,
it's usually I.
Because we just know it. So it's like saying I.
Right.
I did it. We say I, but our black Negro English would just say like I didn't do it.
Well, if I may, I don't know if this is Spanish as a whole, but I know the way we were taught, nobody says yo. Like
right.
Yeah, like you just go straight to soy or
But
their explanation of it is that once conjugate, there's only one what's called for. So once you say the O, everybody knows you're talking about I. Because once you conjugate something for I in Spanish, you put an O at the end. That O lets you know you're talking about yourself. So what's the point of saying yo or I? I know I didn't say that correct, but I ain't trying to speak Spanish right now.
No, sit. No, but he was on point, right? In the scriptures, Yahweh is the Lord's name. The Lord's name is nothing else than that. The Lord's name is not Yah. If you ever see Yah in the scriptures, it's because someone didn't want to use the Lord's name in vain,
right?
Because they might have been singing and not praying,
right?
All right. Yahweh, Allah Hayaka, right? So we have Allah. Allah, and then Yah-Ka.
What is the ha actually doing that? Well, higher.
So now, mind you now, right? We have Allah here, and we have Allah here, right? Context, this Allah right here means God, right? This Allah down here means these, right? That's something you're gonna have to be careful of. And this is done, this is done based on context, right? So when you won't see the word Allah higher unless it's the Lord's doing, right? But when you see this Allah right here, you might see like Ha Allah. Usually see something like that. Ha Allah to say like the these, right? These, right? Well, that's what you usually see, right? Ka, we know that ka right here at the end of a word is a preposition to say your, right? Allah higher ka. And then we have ashar. Right? Ashar. Right? And this ashar right here, in this case, means who. Right? Who, or really, it means which. Right? It means that. Right? Or which. Oh, let me need more space to write that up. I wouldn't even say who, because we would have a way to say who is Maya. We know that. We don't want to change from that, right? But in English, the context is say who, because to say that is to talk about an object, and the way our English today is set up in the 21st century is that you can't talk about a person like it, right? You can't call a baby it. You can't call a cat it, or a dog it. You gotta say he or she. So in this case, where we talk like it and that, right? Where this word means that. That's what it means. Ashar means that. Right? Keep it like that, right? Ashar means that. Right? But because of English, they look at it as improper, so you see who here. It's the same, we go over it all day. Where fake Israelites try to call the Lord Ahaya Ashar, based on their ignorance of a certain scripture, right? When the Ashar means that, I am that I am. Ahaya Ashar Ahaya. All right, and Ahaya just means I be. It doesn't even mean I am. It means I be. Haya is be. I is I. Haya is be. Just like what me and the Bible was talking about just now, where the Lord will say Anakia. But the short Negro way of saying it, even the Lord used, higher, right? I-B. And when he said I-B, that's not the Lord's name, all right? Ashar. So now we have, I'm going to erase this down here. Please write down, take notes, because I will be going through and through. Because we want to get the class, we want to get to the prayers, all right? We had the feast of the blowing of the trumpets the other day, right? And there were a lot of words in the prayers that a lot of brothers didn't recognize. We say it all the time, but brothers don't know it. That's what I mean, right? So we want to get those words. So when you hear those prayers, you can see, oh yes, Shana is hate, and so forth. You know what I mean? Shamash is son. You know what I mean? You can hear the prayers and you're able to identify the words being spoken in the Hebrew prayers. And it will also help the brothers to pronounce it properly, because brothers might see the word and not know how to say it. So they'll say, they'll see a word like this, and they'll be like, Allah, but it's really not Allah, it's Allah, right? Because they sound out the words, which is not bad. You should do it, right? If you don't know if you don't know how to pronounce the words, right? But you want to get to pronounce the words. You want to hear your language and be able to identify that it is your language, right? Recognize it being said, so forth, right? All right. Ashar. We have erase this right quick. Okay. Brought you out, so we have ha. Right, ha. Wa. Ha. Wa. Taza. 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 Right, Yaka. Right? Now, you know, the car is the same car right here. It's the same car, right? And that car, the end of the word means your. Before I even get to any of this, I see the car on the end, I'm able to recognize that car is there because it's saying your. It's always, anytime you see a car at the end of a word that has more than 3 letters, right? The car is usually, in most cases, yours, right? Okay, so now we have the word what it say there is to be brought out, where the root word is ya taza'ah, right? Is ya taza'ah, ya taza'ah, ya taza'ah, and this means to come out. Right? Come out. Right? Taza'ah, we already know as, we were already teaching that Taza'ah is out, the same way how Ba'ah is in. Ta'ah is just out. Right? Contrary to Ba'ah. Oh, really Ba'ah is opposite. Ba'ah means ka. Right? You know that ba by itself, preposition, means in or even on, all right? Let me see if there's any questions online. There's none. That's a body knife for real. Absolutely, Mr. Mashallah, yeah. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Okay. I'll put the eraser right there.
Sorry?
I'll put the eraser right there. Okay. All right. So it's a breakdown of how Taza'ah, right? When the Lord speaks, He always puts a ya in between all of the prepositions, right? This is
Oh, was that just so? Okay, it's always the Most High speaking people to Yah in front of them. Con.
That's what we see. Now,
Okay, con.
I mean, when the Lord or a prophet of the Lord speaks, they always do that. They put a Yah in between the preposition. Right? Now, if I'm talking to you, I wouldn't do that. I would say, how I tell the I.S.U.P.K. You know what I mean?
Con.
Yeah, but I don't know. So, in the scripture it says, brought out, Yah says is the phrase for come out, and Taza'ah just means just out, alright? Okay. Like it. Alright. This is to say brought out.
What does how mean?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
So, okay, that now all things are done by investigation. Right? So investigating this right now might take a lot of time and include a lot of sitting here being silent. Like if I was at the table over there, I might be able to have the camera down and we could talk and look and compare. But at the board right here, it's gonna be a lot of silent time and brothers online are gonna be having observational learning time, which is blank.
Right.
And that's not what we want, right? Right now we want vocabulary. All right. So we're gonna go for another 10 minutes on these scriptures, and then we're gonna go into the prayers, right? You got a prayers on deck, right? Okay. We want the one where it says the one in Psalms, right?
83 or 121.
We want which one? We want the one with the nations, right? 83, right?
Yeah, con.
Okay. Brought out. Right? Brought out of what? Ma'aratazah. That's what Abadi was pointing out a while ago, where some of the words we couldn't make out, right? In the Lost Lunar Stones. Ma'aratazah. Now you see, I put this dash here so you can identify that this is a preposition. I put this dash here to say this is the end of the word. This is the at the end of the word. What do we have at the end of the word? We have possessives. All right. Right. Ra. Taza. Ma'arataza. Right.
From the earth.
From the earth. Right. We brought you out of the land. Right. Earth is land. Right. Earth, land. We are on this side of the earth, meaning we are on the land on this side of the globe or the planet, right?
Right.
Earth and land, all right? Land is the same thing, right? Land is, if I say, yo, go outside and put some earth in this cup, you know what I mean. Whatever is on the earth, which is the thing you walk on, right? Satan was doing what? Walking to and fro in the earth, right? It doesn't mean under the ground. I don't know if the slave master took that and said, oh, look, he was going to and fro in the earth. That's not what he's talking about, right? Hades is not real, y'all. Hades is not Satan. Hades is a made-up figure.
Right.
All right? Just like Pegasus and Zeus, all right? Zeus is not God. Whatever Zeus look like, God don't look like that, and God don't talk like that, and God don't act like that. And Zeus don't bring diseases on the earth. But God does.
Right.
The Most High does. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, Zeus said shut down lightning. Our God does more than lightning. Our God does the tornadoes with it. The damn Greeks. You watch Hercules, right?
Yeah, con.
And then they're the whole tornado god. He was a whole different nigga. Slug my language, right? But he was a whole different person. And then the Cyclops come up. Cyclops are not real. God did not summon no Cyclops. God never made no Cyclops. That's fake. All right? Go on about it.
Now I'm going to say, what's it called? Zeus is a coward. He's a rapist. Zeus is a cow, not even just a cow, but just being rivers. Rivers is a cow of itself.
Word.
You didn't even go as a man. You would go as a goddamn bull. One time you went as a goose or a swan. And like he would rape women as an animal.
And
like
he would rape women as a woman. Because you know why? Because Zeus got no game, man.
Right.
Right? Zeus can't talk to women.
Right.
Right? Zeus's persuasion game is not heavy.
Right.
You know what I mean? But our Lord is. You know what I mean? Our God persuaded the slave master to take his foot off of our neck with the rent.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We complain about that rent. We was complaining about that rent for a hot minute. You know what I mean? And the Lord persuaded them to allow us to not pay no rent and not get evicted for almost 2 years now, bro. It's been like 2 years now, right?
Sound like that, yeah.
Right? But it was January 2020. Right? January 2021 is a year. Right? We're in September now. It's going on 2 years now. You know what I mean? Yeah, the COVID showed up in what's the name? Wuhan, China.
Yeah.
Right? November, December 2019. Come on now. Right? The Lord persuasion game is heavy. You know what I mean? The Lord persuaded my boss on the slavery that he's an a-hole. Because the last hurricane, he was like, oh yeah, hurricanes don't do nothing over here. You should have came to work. I'm like, no, I don't play that, man. I believe in the Bible, and the Bible says, who can stand against the wind? I sent by the Lord. I don't play with no hurricane. I stay at home. Right? What is he trying to do this time? The one that happened the other day, Hurricane Ida? Yeah, what happened there? Killed 40 people out here. 40 people dead, gone. You see what I'm saying? Messed up, ruins people's homes. People gotta leave their house now based on whatever violations that happened. Well, not violations, but now we'll be listed as unlivable conditions based on the hurricane now. Right? People's cars are flooded, shut down. People gotta sell their cars. The cars don't work no more. You know what I mean? The Lord considers again. So now when I walk to work now, so the slavery, because this is my work here. I go to the slavery because that's where we are oppressed. That's where we have to go just to live, right? When I go to the goddamn slavery after the hurricane now, the same oppressor that was talking crap about me not coming to work for the first hurricane, he gonna come to me with his head down and walk by me and act like he don't see me. You see what I'm saying? Because the Lord shut his pride down. You know what I mean?
Question online.
We want to get over that too about this pride. Right? Yeah.
You want a question?
Let me get the question.
Mashapar asks, Shalaki, sir, how do I know when to separate the ta from the za? Or do I always connect them to make the taza when they're seen together and they work in it?
The taza is not a ta and a za.
Right.
Right? Really? Right? You're saying ta and za so you can understand how to say it. Because if I put this, you're gonna look at this and you're gonna say
za.
No.
Taza, really.
You're gonna say
taza.
Exactly. You're gonna say taza because you go to the Chinese store and you see general. Right? You see this right here, right? And what do people call this about here?
So.
Yeah, because you're familiar with language. What do Jake go to the restaurant say when they see this?
Toso?
They say toes.
Oh, yeah, right.
They say toso.
Yeah, kind of general toes.
They say original toes.
Right.
Well, that's not the spelling here. Right? They know the team is a ta sound, and then you got the so S-O, right? And they say general, I want a general toso chicken.
Right.
So that's what Jake say. Because that so is the same as the taza.
Right.
It's the same thing. They call this, do we have the book in here? They call it cognate languages. Right? We go up the Hebrew text and word book in here, right?
Do we?
It might be in the back. Let me see right quick. No, I don't see it. I feel like two of them. I shouldn't keep one here.
John.
All right. Hebrew sheet, you need this. Contact the camp leader for the Hebrew sheet.
Right.
All right, you need this, right? Right, we have the breakdown of the ancient at the top. We went over the alphabet earlier, so we don't need to go over that today. Alphabet is the same as the first two letters. Alap Bayath. Alap Bayath is how we get the phrase alphabet. All right, right. With the Syrian writing at the bottom, right. So now we shown you the lost lunar stone. The lost lunar stone is the lost lunar stone is this, right? Of course, in Hebrew we read from right to left, right? So we read along like this. We read along like this, contrary to the English where you read along like this, right? As the instruction says right here, right? What does it say? You read from right to left, all right? Okay. This is the modern Hebrew, which is the modern Hebrew, right? Which is written different. It was invented by us to be coons, right? Where we were cooning out there in Assyria. That's why it's called the Assyrian alphabet, right? The Syrian alphabet, right? But this is the one the native Indians wrote in. This is the original ones, all right? The native Indians, right, were such revolutionaries, right, that they said the native Indians was around in Assyria at this time in the Middle East, the so-called Middle East, right? With this right here. And they said, we ain't writing that. We're going to go to a new land where we can write this.
Right.
That's what they did. We want to keep writing this, and we're going to write this. We're not giving up this for this. We're staying with this. All right? We got a scripture in 2nd Esdras.
Come, in 2nd Esdras 13 and 40.
Uh-huh.
These are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land. In the time of Hosea, the king,
Right.
whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters.
Right. So now, when you live anywhere, right? Like we in New York, we have a river over here, and we have a river over here. If you carry us over that river over there, we know that you've taken us out of our city. We be like, yo, where the hell are we going? When you go over that way, it's like a journey. It's like, what the hell are we going? Right? So the Assyrian king, whose name was Salmanassar, he was a heathen king, right? Giving you time and place. You can look in history and look up Salmanassar, right? And native Indians being over here is accredited to that man right here that you can Google. You can Google Salmanassar. You can Wikipedia Salmanassar. You can go in dictionaries and read up Salmanassar. He was the man in charge of bringing or causing the scenario that caused the native Indians and the Latinos, Hispanics, to come over to the Americas. All right? Because I'm from New York too, and I'll be on that 4 train coming from the Bronx, the 5 train, and Latinos are saying, we're Africans too, because all man came from Africa, and there's a way how we got to this side of the land, because one time the land was together. You know why? Because like we said earlier, our identity is a mystery. Our history is a mystery. We don't know what's right or wrong. We don't know where we're coming from. It's a mystery. We need help, right? But the Bible is real history. That Bible is real black and Latino history right there. Right.
So, like, if I may not to piggyback off what you were saying about everybody coming from Africa, we're all the same on that.
Yeah. And everybody does not come from Africa. Some Africans don't come from Africa.
Right. Right.
Them Canaanites do not come. Where were them Canaanites ever in Africa? Only after the Romans kicked them out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. No, first of all, we drove most of them out. Some of them stayed. Right. And the ones that we kicked out, right? We kicked them to the point where they had to go to South Africa.
Right.
You know what I mean? They had to run from us, man. You know what I mean? Body.
Nah, but my thing about it is that it's funny because when you were here for SHALAM, right?
A little bit.
You remember when the cow was talking about Yakub?
Yeah, the big-headed scientist.
My thing about it is that idea is why that Yakub exists. Because if you're gonna preach all humans come from Africa, we're all the same.
Yeah.
Well, what about I.S.U.K? And then, now you gotta fix it. Well, no, Edomites, they're not human. See, they were created in a lab.
But here's the thing. Okay, they say that dumb stuff because they get high. Right? The other reason that comes from being high is one people went to the north where it was cold.
Right.
And when they went to the north, when they went to the north, because it's cold up there, they lost pigment, which is just another dumb
Eskimos
high weed talk. When Eskimos ain't white.
Right, Eskimos are our color.
Eskimos is darker than niggas. Some of them. And they live in ice houses, made of snow, made of ice. You know what I mean? Lived in the snow in Alaska where it's never summer over there. It's always wintertime for generations. As long as the Native Indians have been over here, as far as people can tell, right? For thousands of years, probably about from the time, right around the time when the white man was moving up into Europe, right? The Eskimos was right over in Alaska a couple years after that. And they didn't get white. And then white people was white before they got to any cold climate in Europe. Right? Where do you think Italy is? Italy is not a cold place. Where do you think the Greek islands, the Mediterranean, those are not cold places. Right? The weather in the Mediterranean is pretty hot in the summertime. Right? In the wintertime it gets pretty mild. Ain't no snow in Greece. Ain't no snow in Rome, in Italy, in Sicily, right? That's why they told white people go over there and get a tan. That's what white people do in Italy. They're out in Italy getting tans, right? Because it's not cold over there, right? So that white people going to the north, they're getting white. That's a dumb argument, right? Or Caesar Augustus was a white man, he was a Caucasian man, and being in Italy didn't make him white. He was already white before he got there, right? Right. White people were white from the caves in the Middle East. Right. You see what I'm saying? And the Middle East is warm too. Right. You know what I mean? So, the silly talk is out there. That's why you need facts. Prove all things, right? You need books. We need the Bible. All right? Any more on that there?
Yeah. And so came they to another land.
Right? And so came they to another land, because they know that they left their land, right? Right? They left their land, or rather another word for land, right? They left their land when they went over these waters, over these rivers. Right? Keep reading.
41. But they took this counsel amongst themselves.
Right. So imagine you're all in America, right? And a boat comes to take you and say you're going to jail. Well, then they put you on a ship, and this ship is going away from New York into the ocean. You'd be like, yo, we are outside of American jurisdiction. Where the hell are we going? This is the ocean. We're going over these waters. We are far away from home. All right. Now that's not this part of the story yet, right? This part of the story is talking about the rivers that are in the Middle East, right? Keep reading. Right? They took a counsel among themselves, meaning they would have something that's like the I.S.U.P.K, where we come together and we have generals and captains and officers, and brothers are deciding what should we do at this time. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
That they would lead the multitude of the heathen.
Right. So now this doesn't go by not having a government. This goes by having a government. You see what I'm saying? This goes by having an organization just like the I.S.U.P.K. You see what I'm saying? Random Israelites, kufis on their heads, and the other one got t-shirts, tassels on t-shirts, and the other one got his head covered, and the other one's wearing all purple, and the other one's wearing all red, and the other one's wearing all blue, right? That's not that. You guys can't come together on no decision or nothing. You see what I'm saying? But in I.S.U.P.K, we can. And when we talk, people move. Right. You see what I'm saying? But when we go to court, the court has to give us the right to do whatever we want to do. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading. Big up to Commander YAHANNA, right? There was a court case he had in Pennsylvania at one, you know what place again? One Liberty Plaza. I'm saying it right? One Liberty Plaza, right? Where at that time, they was going to make all Israelite camp speakings illegal. All right? There's nobody on the street that could teach today. You will never hear about an IUIC. Nowhere There was created federal law too. Federal law meaning in none of the 50 states, you would never hear about no soy or no one body or no I.S.U.P.K. I don't know who's out there now, right? This other one, this other, I don't know, right?
Maybe it's where what's called.
You never.
I don't know, House of Israel, whatever. Army of the Big Christ.
I don't even know if it's still out here no more.
A.S.U.P.K?
Those, all of those will be illegal to do if it wasn't for the battle that Commander YAHANNA had with the court about One Liberty Plaza, right? Where he fought it. I mean, he fought for the right to stay on the street because the whole idea was for them to get us off of the street, to make it illegal to have Israelite camp speakers, right? So all Israelites out there, you know what I mean, you have to pay your respect to Commander YAHANNA and stop being fascists, right? That's the Jamaican word, fascist or homosexual, you know what I mean? You have to stop being a hater, man. You know what I mean? Give the man his due respect, man. Okay? Let's go about it.
John. Leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country, where neither man God dwell.
Right?
God.
So read that part again. That's the heavy part right there. So that stuff like that right there is what made me come into the truth. Read it again.
And go forth into a further country.
And the Israelites, the native Indians of the Latino said, we're gonna leave this place, the Middle East. Leave this place, Middle East. We're not gonna go to Africa because there's people there. Where we're gonna go? Into a further country.
Where never mankind dwells.
Where never mankind dwells. Now there's mankind in Africa. We're not gonna go to Africa. We're gonna go further. We're gonna follow the sea or around Africa and go to a further country where never mankind dwells. And America is a place where never mankind dwells. Right? This is before the Eskimos got here. Why? Because the Eskimos were still happy in the land that they were in before the Greeks and the Romans chased them to the other side of the damn side of the earth. Right. You see what I'm saying? They had no reason to leave, but they left because the white man chased them out. Because the white man wanted to rule over them, and they didn't want to be ruled over. All right, they wanted to worship their leaf god, whatever the Celtic religion is, Celtic and Wiccan religions. They wanted to stay with those kind of things, right? And the white man wanted to rule over them with Negroes in their army, and with us, chase them out. All right. So the native Indians came over here, so please never mankind do it, and what else?
That they might there keep their statutes.
That they might there keep their statutes, right? Keep their statutes, and what?
Which they never kept in their own land.
Which they never kept in their own land. When we were in our own land, right? Meaning the Middle East, right? Right? We never even kept our writing system. Right? We left our writing system for this. Read it again.
That they might there keep their statutes.
Right, the native Indians didn't want to do this Assyrian writing that was, they were running away from Assyria. And our writing system was being changed. They said, no, we can't change. We don't want to change our writing system. We want to keep our statutes. We want to keep our writing system. Keep reading.
Which they never kept in their own land.
Which they never kept in their own land. The Judites and Benjamites and Levites, we didn't keep these. We changed it. So the native Indians that we want to keep it. Keep reading.
43, and they entered into the Euphrates.
And they entered into the Euphrates, right? Because the Euphrates is a river that's in the Middle East, in the land, which empties out into the ocean, meaning it's giving you a path on a map, right? That empties out into the ocean. Into the, what's that ocean called again? It's called the
Red Sea, right?
It's called the Gulf of Oman. Right. So it's the purpose. The Euphrates. I didn't want to come over here with the camera, but it'll be
good. The camera.
Yeah, it'll be good, right?
Yeah.
Good, right? So here we go again. We do this ever so often, right? We got new people every time, right? Yes. Good. All right. Here's the Euphrates, right? Euphrates, right? And that's heavy too, because this means that this is the Euphrates is one of the four rivers in the Garden of Eden. Meaning what? This is not Africa.
Right.
This is not Africa. Africa is down here, right? Idiots try to say, look, this land right here is Africa, when the land of Israel is the land with the Euphrates and the, what's the other one? Euphrates and the Tigris, right? With the Tigris. Euphrates. This is the Euphrates. The Tigris is right over here somewhere. Here it is, Tigris. The Tigris goes into Baghdad. You see what I'm saying? Meaning what? Baghdad, Iraq is part of the Garden of Eden. That's our homeland. Right? Meaning what? All of this, right? Here's how way you can tell, right? Where our homeland is, right? According to the scripture, right? There will be never-ending war in our homeland. Right? There's no war in Ethiopia right now. There's no war in Egypt, right? But the war is going on here, right? Where's Pakistan? There's war going on over here. Afghanistan. The war can't stop, because that is our homeland too, according to the Lord. You see what I'm saying? Where the part that's not our homeland, right? They just have their way of life where they make green tea and stuff like that, and they just live their normal life. But for those who are in our land, there's a curse. Lions biting them. Where that scripture? Where lions are biting them. And the first kings, right? Where the lions just come out, plagues are coming, right? The locusts are eating everything. The lush green land is turned into a desert, right? The desert marks our land in the Middle East. Apart from Africa, the part of it with Egypt, the Lord cursed them because they had us in slavery, right? So over there's a desert like America is gonna be a desert where there's gonna be no grass here, nothing, no trees or nothing. All right, so that's a curse on there because the Lord cursed there, and the whole goddamn Sahara. All right, any scientist will tell you there used to be green grass over there in the Sahara desert. Yeah. You know what I mean? They call it the wilderness. You see what I'm saying? We had set up trade routes over there. We wasn't trading up trade routes in the middle of the sand, right? You look at any map where they call it Negro land. Right, you look at the old maps where they call it Negro land, and the Babylon and Timbuktu said we set up trade routes all through the Sahara, all through North Africa, where today's a desert, right? But we were there for something. There was something out there that made us be there. You know what I mean? So the Lord cursed those places, and this land right here is cursed. All of this, right? Tigris and Euphrates. The Euphrates empties out into the Persian Gulf, and the Persian Gulf empties out into the Gulf of Oman. And the Gulf of Oman opens out into the Arabian Sea, right? And we go to where? A land where never mankind dwelt. Mankind is here. Mankind is here. Ethiopia. Is there Ethiopians in Ethiopia? Yes, there is. Mankind is here too. So we keep going all the way around Africa till we get to the Americas. All right. Looks like we good. Okay, good. All right, what time we have?
8:17.
8:17. Okay, let's finish the scripture right quick. The house of bondage, right? So we were trying to break down the house of bondage here. Let's put it together so nobody gets confused.
That's how you say it, Mabaya. Mabaya.
Okay. Or it says, right here it says Ibadia, means to serve. Hold on. Ma'arataza, right? Arataza. Earth, land. Right? So Arataza is how you say earth or land, the earth, right? The word earth is the word Arataza. This TH is the Taza, right? This R is the same R right here, and the R is the EA right here, right? The EA is to say the vowel, right? In Hebrew, we don't call it a vowel, right? But in English, you have letters or vowels, right? So the R is the EA, The Ra is the Ra, and the Taza is the Ta. All right. Brought you out of the land of bondage, right? House of bondage, right? Which is Egypt. Right? Of Ma Baya Ibadium. Right? And it's heavy that it says Ibadium because in America we have to serve this place. Meaning a lot of people are silly, think that we're not in slavery no more because we're not in chains. But you still have to serve Walmart. You have to go there and say, hi, good afternoon, how may I help you today? You see what I'm saying? You have to go there and take instructions and have good customer service. They call it service because you're serving somebody. That service is a body. Right? That's what he was in Egypt. He was people who say, yes, sir, how do you want to build the building today, sir? And they say, we want a plaster going up the side of the building right here, and you want to put these bricks on top of these bricks over here, and I want them to be very sharp, very sharp. And he said, yes, sir, I'll do that. I'll do that, master. Go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and go build the bricks now. And then one day they say, you niggas too lazy. You niggas, they don't like to work. You niggas, you don't like to work. You have to don't worship your God anymore, right? You know what you do? You go build bricks with no straw. I don't want any bricks with no straws anymore. Make bricks with no straw. We say, God damn, man, these African oppressors is on our necks, man. We gotta get out of here, man. We need Moses, Commander General Moses, back in the days. You know what I mean? Marshall. You know what I mean? Like that. It happens something like that. You know what I mean? Where we have to say yes, sir, to these oppressors, and I bought me to serve. Right? Serve. Right? Meaning, in English, everybody knows the slavery, so in English it says bondage. Meaning what? If you are in America, you are an employee to any job, you are in bondage. America is the land of your captivity, man. America is the land of your slavery. It's the place that you have to serve these oppressors here. The oppressor comes in a blue police suit and a badge and tells you to move over the corner, you have to move. Whether he be a white man or he be a black man who is employed by a white man to be of the white police force. You see what I'm saying? It's the same Caucasian empire. You see what I'm saying? Your job don't make you free. You have the job because you have to serve in that police force. You have to serve in that civil service. You have to serve in that FBI. You have to serve in that CIA. So you have to serve in that McDonald's. You have to serve community service. You have to serve time in prison. All right? My house, right? House. House of service. House of service, right? I'm gonna go to the camp and say that too. I'm gonna break it down like that too. You are in the land of the house of service. In other words, the house of employees, right? House of bondage, right? You have to go to work. You miss too many days, you get fired, right? What happens when you get fired? When you get fired, it's like you are being punished because now you can't pay your rent. Your woman's gonna get on your back, right? They don't gonna beat you no more. Your woman beats you. You see what I'm saying? The eviction beats you. Your bills beat you. You see what I'm saying? It's like here's a dog, right? You want to do what it says. Here's a reward. Like here's food, right? You've been a bad dog. What do you? I never had a dog, right? But I heard some people discipline their dog by taking away the treats. Right. You see what I'm saying? Now you might be able to get an EBT and just live, but you're not gonna get the treats. You can't take your girl to Applebee's. You You see what I'm saying? You can't buy your girl a ring or an iPhone or you can't do the treat. You can't be treated, right? Your girl can't treat you. You see what I'm saying? All right. And all that cocaine comes from the white man too. All that weed, them Jamaicans going to California buying, and then do that. They going to warehouses with devils, man. Right. The devil's growing it. He got something where he pays off the police. Right? You got the token one they show on TV, the token warehouse that they burned down, but then you have all the other millions of all over Arizona and California, every goddamn way in Mexico, right? Where it comes to, and the resupply doesn't slow down. The cocaine supply doesn't slow down. All through the pandemic, crack is still getting crack, right? They have the drug dealers has got the mask on and gloves giving out crack. You've seen it on the videos. All right, no problem, right? Now let's get some of the prayers. Most High in Christ, right? Where's the Psalms? Yeah, let's get the Psalms, right? Let's get this camera up there first. That's it right there. That's the Psalm right there.
You gonna sit down?
Yeah, let's sit up here. Okay.
You want to refill?
No, not yet. Go on.
Well, where is your drink?
I put it there. I know they're not allowed up here. Any questions online? Right, please type your questions in the chat there. Right, don't be shy. Right, anybody out there, who's not looking for trouble, just to say a question, you come to be a brother, and not an enemy to your brother. You know what I mean? Right, your questions in the tab. We're not your enemy. Please don't be ours. Okay, we're gonna go into Psalm 83. Right, we're gonna get some of these words that are in Psalm 83. Okay. We have no questions on there, right? Okay, good. All right. So here we have right? I don't know if you can see this, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
What's some words we can get in here? I want to get the words that we read. We got Sawad. We always go over Sawad. Okay, first let me get the interlinear. All right. For those who might have been late to class, we was going over the Lost Luna's Decalogue Stone earlier. We was breaking it down. We was reading it. It actually starts from verse 2, right? We read Exodus chapter 20. It starts at verse 2. So you read here, Anakia Yahweh, right? Anakia Yahweh Alahayaka Ashar, right? Ashar, and we went on and so forth, right? That's starting from Exodus 20 and 2, right? And it goes on, right? Okay. Now we have an app that we use, the Hebrew Greek Interlinear by Hagios Tech. It's the best one. All right. And we want to get Psalms. We want to get Psalms 83, right? 83. So start at verse 1. We want the one where it says Sawada, right? All right. So now, so we can set better sideways. Okay. Okay. Damaya. Right? Damaya. When we say Damaya Laka, Damaya is silent. Right? That's this Damaya right here. Damaya. Right? When you hear the Al, It's saying to not, right? Not. Al, right? It's al damialaka. Al al would mean what otherwise? Al would mean like unto, right? Something like that, right? Unto, right? Al, no. Al Allah, Allah, al Allah. Well, la sounds like no, la, cause la, Allah, huh? Yeah, right. La is not or do not, right?
And also I always thought Shemai was the regular silent. No, Shaquat was silent.
Yeah, Shaquat is another one, which is like shut up or shut, like the quiet, right? Something like that. Right.
Damaya is more formal.
Damaya is the one used in the scripture right here.
No, I'm asking, is it the more formal one?
I don't see often, so I wouldn't say that. Okay. I don't really know. Psalms is a song.
Meaning that's not something you wouldn't want to tell God, Shaquat. Because that's what it's talking about. So I would. Don't be silent. Right. Don't shut up.
Right.
But you wouldn't want to say shut up to him.
Okay, but this is.
That's why I said maybe it's more formal.
This is a song. Okay, is the Lord's name written in here?
Khan, several times.
Okay, Khan. Then, if the Lord's name is in there, He wants the Lord to hear it. So, it might be formal. I could assume. If we don't hear often, in all through the scriptures, we hear more. We see more like Shaquat, because we seen Shaquat on that Sabbath service, right? So that if it's Shaquat in the Sabbath service, right, Damiya might be okay. The Sabbath services would be the everyday regular talk in the Book of Kings and so forth. Damiya might be like formal talk. You see what I'm saying? So Damiya is silent, all right. But can you see this?
Yeah, they can see it. Inverted, but they can see it.
All right, come, right? Right? Hold not your peace. Sakarash, where the karash means peace, right? And peace means not peace like war or peace. It means right here. Hold on. To be silent, to let alone, hence by occupation, to be deaf, right? To not be deaf, all right? Or made no response, right? You know what I mean? So hold not your peace, meaning don't be quiet, right? Don't be silent, don't be quiet, and don't be still. Here's Shaquat right here. Shaquat is right here, right? To be quiet, all right? Quietness, right? And we go on. Al Sakarash. The Al Sakarash is to say to not be quiet, to not be quiet. Oh, no. Karash is to say hold not your peace, right? Meaning don't be, what did you say a while ago? Meaning if you hold your peace, you're being quiet. Or you're being calm, right? Don't hold your peace, right? And then the shakwat means to be still, right? Right? And then we have a Allah at the end, and so in the prayers they made a mistake because they put Al as the last one in the prayers when the last one says Allah because it's saying God. Right. All right, so the last one is God. So the last one is Allah. All right. Kaya Hana. Kaya is for. Hana is behold. Kaya Hana. Our Yabika. Our Ayab is your enemy. Ayab. Right? Our Yab, your car. The car again at the end of the word means you or your. Right? And then we go to what? Yahama Yawan. Right? Now, when you see one at the end of a word, what does that mean? One at the end of a word, what does that mean? One at the end of a word. W-A-N. Remember about them?
That means a verb was changed to a noun.
Yes. And what is a noun?
Person, place, or thing.
A person, place, or thing, right? Now here we have Yahama Yawan, right? Where the root word as it is down here is Hama, right? And Hama means a murmur, a growl, or a boisterous sound, all right? the sound of rage, the sound of war, sound of clamor. Right? Yahama Yawan. Yahama mean he, clamor, right? In other words, they're naming the name, they're naming the sounds.
Right.
Right? So now there's a certain scene that is a sound after moaning and rage and the sound. You just label it a sound and they call it in English a tumult.
Right.
It's like you're saying there's a group of this group, right? But they're just thieves. They just go around town and they loot stores. What do? You name them looters.
Right.
That's their title now. All right. So Hama is the word for an uproar, right? People who moaning and in rage. These people who are roaring loud. These are the loud people, right? The tumult. All right. Wa, right? How they say in the prayers here? Wama Shanayaka, right? Where Shana'a is the word for hate. Right? Shana'a is the word for hate. Right? Wama. Wama, right? So wa is and, ma is of, Shana'a, right? Is hate, right? And ka is you, right? Nasha'awa is to say lift.
Wait, so
Yes.
let me see that again.
What Shana?
Slide, let me see it because it's inverted.
Okay. Oh, it's inverted, Slakia.
Yeah, kind of, it's inverted, so yeah.
Right.
Wama Shana Yaka. So and why's the and?
Uh-huh.
Ma who he? Where's the who?
That's just an English translation, but it's talking about
And hate. Well,
and
what's
hate.
the ma?
Someone is hating. Ma is the preposition for what?
From.
Or.
Of.
Right. Right. So the people who are of this thing are hating, right? The tumult. First of all, the people. The tumult is the people, meaning
right.
The Hama is the sound, but it's not talking about the sound. It's a name, meaning it's people that have this name. Because a noun is a person, place, or thing, right?
Right.
So that's the tumult is the people, and the tumult do what? And of hate.
Of hate.
Right. These people are those.
And from the hate of you.
And from the hate of you. If you want to put it, if you understand like that,
okay.
Do it like that, but get to understanding it. You know what I mean? But these people are of hate for you. Right? These people come from what? Peace for you? They come from love for you? No, they come from hate for you. All right?
Nasha'awa.
And Nasha'ah, right?
Nasha'awa.
Nasha'awa, right?
All right.
Okay. Right? Slacky, y'all.
Oh my God.
Right, I thought the screen went out too. I'm like, I felt something pull out.
Yeah,
Okay, cut, right?
you good. I was just saying to continue.
Cut, right? Nasha'ah lift, wa is him. Right? His what? Ra'ash. Ra'ash is head.
Right.
All right? So we see wa at the end of the word, just like you see ka here. Ka at the end of the word means you. Wa at the end of the word means his. Right? Ka at the end of the word means you. Right? Wa at the end of the word means his. His what? Lift his Ra'ash head. Lift his head. Right? Right? They lift up their president against you. That's what the tumultuous people do. They go in a crowd and go downtown and say, what they say the Mexicans are rapists. And the president, he wants another term in office, so he goes and says, yeah, we gotta do something about this border. We're gonna build a wall, and we're gonna make Mexico pay for it. They lift up their head. Donald Trump was their head. Now Joe Biden is their head. Right? Joe Biden is the head. What is the tumultuous people saying? Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. And then Joe Biden and Kamala Harris get into office, and then there's no more tumult. There's no more Black Lives Matter protests out there nowhere. Right? The Black Lives Matter was out there with the George Floyd protest in the middle of the pandemic, the COVID pandemic, right? And now people are less scared of coronavirus. People are not even scared of the coronavirus no more. They're out here with no mask. They're not scared of the COVID no more. They're going to parties right now in New York. Tonight's Friday, y'all, and they're going to party. I mean, but there's no more protesting though, because the protest was to elect the head. You know what I mean? And the head is there now, so now there's no more reason to have a tumult. Right? Now when there's a next president coming, you'll see another tumult to raise up another head. Right? To lift up another head. Right? To put him on, he's running for president now, but when you lift him up, he wins the vote because you lifted him up. All right? And the whole earth right now, they lift up the white man. All right? The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. Right? Isle is over, right? They got it as against, because if you go over something, you're going against something, right? So here's this sword right here. This sword is going over the table. Why is it going over the table? Because over is against it. Right. He goes on top of it. Right? They're trying to go do what? Go over your people, against your people. Over your people, meaning they're going to be on top of us. Against, I'm is people, Ka is your, right? So I'm is the word for people, right? Right? So we have what's next? Yara Yamwa. You heard that before about it, right? Yara Yamwa. All right? So the word is Iram. Right? Iram. Right? Iram is a word to say prudent, crafty, or very wary. All right? Prudent, crafty, or wary, right? So the word is crafty. Right? So over your people, he, Yah is he, Yah, right, is he, and then I, Rayam. And that Yah is there to say what again? Past tense, right? They were crafty, meaning he's talking about what the people did to our people. Right? I, Rayam. So it's Yah, Arayam wa. Yah, Arayam wa. Right? That wa is his. Yah, Arayam wa. Right? And then what Sawad? Sawad is there. What does Sawad mean? So Sawad means counsel. Right? So we read, so when the prayers come and we say Sawad, so you might hear some people say Sawada. That's Sawad or Sawada means counsel. All right? All right? Let's get some more keywords before the time is up on us, right? Or should we keep going? Let's keep going. Let's go. Let's just keep going through it, right? Take notes, y'all. Y'all should be taking notes, right? Writing these words down. Just because I'm not on the board don't mean you should not write the word down, right? Remember what these mean. Write it down. Look over it. High holiday comes. You say, you see Sawada, you know what it means. It means counsel. All right? Right. This is all too familiar to us, especially me and Abadi here in the room, because we do the Sabbath services. Right? Abadi is doing it now, but one time it was me and Abadi doing it all the time, every weekend, Saturday non-stop, guaranteed. Right? Huh?
No, I'm just saying to myself,
yeah. What you thought? What would we say? We're looking at me like, right? So the waya is anti. The tha is the word is itazar. No, the word is ya itazar. Right? So the tha means future tense. Right? Meaning they will do this, right? What does itazar mean? Itazar means consult. Right? Ya itazar means consult or to advise. Right? Advise, guide, devise a plan, consult, determine. Right? What's the translated as in the Bible? Consulted, counselor. Right? Counselors, advice, do give, consulted, counselors, devises, advice, determined, purpose, taken, advised him, agreed, asked advice, consulted together, right? And all that, right? Right? And he will consult him over Tazapawan, Yeah, correct, right? Tazapawan, I think Tazapawan wasn't a word like image, right? But there was a word called image, right? What's the word for image again? Right? Tazapawan, right? Tazapawan is image, right? Right, here's the root word tazapan, and this one here means to hide or treasure up, right? In other words, translated as hidden, right? Meaning that you can't see it. It's something that you can't see. It's not an image no more. You can see. It's hidden. Treasure you have hidden. Hid them. Hidden. Secretly fixed. Stored up his treasures. But he shall hide me. He stores up. Hide him. Have hidden. Right? Good. Right? So the word tazapan here means to hide. Right? Thy hidden ones. Meaning we are the treasure that is hidden. Right? Because this is used in a sense to say, remember now, you have the word Elam. The East Indians, the Elamites, that word means to hide too.
What? Elam?
Elam means to hide. Okay. Right? The Lord hid them in the mountains because they're ugly. You know what I mean? Nobody want to see that 8-finger thing and that 2-headed, 3-headed thing. So much so they got to have 8-headed gods and all kind of stuff. And gods with 8 arms and all kind of weird crap. Because of their retarded people that's already born with trunks and tails. You see what I'm saying? And Siamese twins. These weird people. You gotta hide. We don't want to see. Nobody want to see that. Go hide them out in the mountain, over the land somewhere, out over past Pakistan, past the mountains of Pakistan, huh?
The Himalayas.
The Himalayas. Put them on the other side. Nobody want to see that nastiness. Man, hide those people, right? Right. But that's a different hide. Where the word there would be I will how is it? I will You sure?
Ayalam or Iwalam?
I will see if you can check that real quick. I know Iwalam is world. You know what I mean? Just so we can have some clarity, right? And you have to know how to spell like Elam on your officer's test, right? You have to know how to spell out Elam on your officer's test, and we're gonna get the proper spelling for you right now. All right? We go over this all the time. Amar what? Said he. Oh, this is his saying. The Y is his. Amar is said. Right? Right? Halak. Lakwa. Right? So the lak here is from the sense of halak or yalak. You hear the Arabs in the store say this all the time. Yalla, yalla, yalla. To say go, go, go. Right? Where halak will mean walk. Right? Halak will mean walk.
Iwalam or Ayalam, hidden, that is different.
Say it again.
Iwa or Aya.
Is that with a ma or a na?
Ma.
Ma, right?
Iwalam or Ayalam.
Okay, so what does Elam say? How do you say Elam?
It means hidden or distant.
Right. Okay, so they say when you see it in the text, right? What does it say? Iwalam or Ayalam?
Iwalam or Ayalam, because it gives 2 versions.
Okay, so I'm assuming it should be Ayalam. Okay. All right. So where's my phone? Okay. Okay. As a matter of fact, we do it on here, right? You can have a seat about you, or if you want to stand, you can stand, but you can have a seat if you want to, right? All right. So here's our Bible app with the concordance. I read the verses. I can just click on any word. It'll show me what it means. Right. Right. Likeness. Also, how do you say likeness in Hebrew? Samana. Right. Samana has to be like, likeness or image or similitude. Right. Samana. Right. No sweat. Put in Elam. I put in Elam. Search. Right. Here we go. Here's Elam. 5867. 5867. 5867. Right. 5867. Oh no, this is a different. This is Helam. Helam. I want Elam, right? Elam 5867. All right. So Elam was around since Genesis. They were one of the sons of Shem. Right? And they've been together by themselves for a long time. Lam. Okay, I see what happened here, about here. They're showing the concordance say both. No problem. We'll just go to Genesis 22 and 10. Right? Right quick before we come back to Psalm 83 and 4. So we go to Genesis, I believe it's 10 and 23. Right? Right? 22, right? Banya, Sham, Ayalam. Right? So Elam is Ayalam. So don't put Iwalam here because Iwalam is the word world. Right? Even though the concordance said Iwalam, you want to pass the officer's test, the officer's test is going to say this right here. Ayalam. All right? Our Faxad. Now these are the sons of Shem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shem has 5 sons. Question: who knows online? Who do we come out of? Right? Who out of the sons of Shem? Who do we come out of? Let's get on the phone. Out of the sons of Shem, right? Who did we come out of? Shem has 5 sons, right? Any answers yet, Ibadia?
No.
Okay, no sweat. We want to get who did the sons, which one of the sons did the Israelites come out of? Right? Okay, we came out of our Faxad. All right, our come again? Right, right. You say Aram because the white men say the Lashawan Qadash is Aramaic.
But isn't one of our ancestors Aram?
He's our uncle. You see what I'm saying? So being that he's in the lineage of our family, right? You know, they call it Aram. They call it Aram, so that way it's never looked as the Israelite language or Israelite writing. Because that's the whole idea. The whole idea is to say the modern Assyrian Hebrew is Hebrew, right? And this language that this I.S.U.P.K is teaching and that is out there doesn't make their language fake. Remember now, they're trying to not look like the imposters. So they have to call everything else fake, including you and the Lashawan Qadash. All right? And the sons of Aram, Huz, and Hal, and Gezer, and Mash, it goes and breaks all of them. And our Faxad began Shelah. We was born of our Faxad. Our Faxad begat Shelah, and Shelah begat Eber. We know Eber is Hebrew. Right? We was born out of Eber, right? Right? Our Faxad doesn't have no definition for his name. Right? Shalah is Shalak. Shalak means to send. Right? And Eber is the word for Hebrew. Right? And Eber means past, to mean beyond or over that way, past that way, or past, or from the past, all right? Or from the past. All that is Ibar, which is Hebrew, all right? Right? And Eber were born to sons, Peleg and Joktan, right? And Joktan is the word for the Yucatan Peninsula. Meanwhile, we were not born out of Joktan. I believe we was born of Peleg, right? But I believe they call the land the Yucatan Peninsula to say in these days the earth was divided, right? Because one time the earth was together, they call it Pangea, right? Right. And one time the earth became divided, right? The earth was divided, meaning the land. Remember that's Haratazah. The land was divided. And name his brother Joktan, which is Yucatan. And now we have the Yucatan Peninsula. In other words, the Americas, the Yucatan, all right? And Joktan begat Almadad and Shalap and all these people that we're not related to, right? Those were the sons of Joktan, right? Hold on, wait. Okay, those are the sons of Joktan, right? But it doesn't say that they're related to Abraham, because from what I know, we came out of We came through Peleg.
Okay.
What the Peleg? No, the word Peleg means
Plag, yeah, come.
Peleg means to divide, right?
Right. Yeah, come. Plag, son of Eber.
Right. I know. I thought one time I thought it was Joktan because Joktan, the breakdown of Yakutan, right? Joktan is little. Quatan means little. Right? Quatan is small. Gadal means big.
Right.
Quatan means little, right? So Yah, Quatan means he's small. Now we were always the small nation. Right? But we know the Lord deals with division. That's what the Lord deals with. The Lord deals with separation. Right? And these were the these were the people that was to become the sons of God. One of these lineages was going to give birth to the sons of God, which would be Abraham. Right? All these other people are there. I believe they're all like star worshippers and stuff. Right? But this is our family tree. All right. All right. So those are the sons of Noah divided in the earth. The earth had one speech. Okay. Anyways. All right. Back to Psalms 83. All right. Any questions online? Any comments? Nothing?
Well, some it's not good.
Oh, I don't want to hear them. Leave them alone. Go on, right? Go on, right? Amarwa, Lakawa, right? Means come him. Wana Kakayad Dam, right? So we have the word Kakad, Kakayad, right? So up here will be Kakayad. Wana Kakayad, right? So that's when we say Wana Kakidam, right? Right here it says Wana Kak Yadam, right? So it really is Kakayad, right? Because Kakad is the word is the word, all right? Right? And Kakad means hide again, all right? Secrete by act or word, to destroy, to conceal, all right? So it says cut them off from being a nation, right? So when it says cut them off, Kakad is the word to say cut them off. Conceal, cut down, desolate, right? It's like you want to hide a book. How do we hide the book? Throw it in the fire, right? Cut them off from this book because this book is their life source. This book is their life source. Cut them off from this book, right? Cut them off. Nation Ma, Gaia, right? Ma is of. Gaia is to say nation, all right? Cut them off from being a nation, right? Wala'a and not. We know that La'a is not. Wa, La'a means and, not, right? Ya Zakar, Ya is he. Zakar is to say remember. Ya Zakar, and he will not remember the name of Israel, right? Sham is name, just like Ham, Shem, Japheth. Shem, what's your name? Sham. How do I say what's your name? Ma Shamka. Ma Shamka is what's your name? Ma Shamka, right? Name is Sham. Yasharala is how you say Israel. Yasharala.
Sir.
Yeah.
How do you know when you use Yah as the?
Yah is what?
The.
Yah never means the.
So the then.
It doesn't say Yah. It just says Sham.
You got a Yah for it?
No, that's a little dash at the end of it to say Sham Israel, meaning name dash Israel, meaning they're talking about the same thing here. All right. No sweat. You know what I mean? Sham is name, Yasharal is Israel. Iwad usually means moreover. All right? Iwad here would mean that they say it means more or no more. Huh?
No moreover.
Or no moreover. Remember that the root word is Id. You know, Id means until. Right? Id is a word that's used for some kind of time. All right? For time or forever. Wa'id, Iwalam. Right? Where's that at? It's one of them prayers, right? Wa'id, Iwalam. Right? Because Id is the root word for Iwad. Right? So Id is to say until. Right? Keep going. Yeah, up on the time. We're almost up on the time. All right, let's get some more. When it says confederate against you, go right there. Bar Yath. Right, Bar Yath is covenant. They agreed against you. They are all in agreement. They are confederate against you, right? Ya Karathwa, right? Karath, what does Karath mean? It means cut off again, right? Right? Ahalia, Ahal is tent, Ahalia, right? Mm-hmm. Adawam is the so-called oppressor, right? Yashmaelium is the Ishmaelites. Moab is the so-called Chinese, right? Ishmaelites is the Arabs, right? The Hagarites. I'm supposed to say Hagarenes. So say Hagarenes or hold on, hold on. Okay, come.
Hagarenes is in the prayers.
This is verse 6. Come. This is Hagarenes. There we go. The tabernacles of Edom, the white man, Ishmaelites, the Arabs of Moab, the Chinese, and the Hagarenes. The Hagarenes is the chief house of the Arabs. Right? It's like Amalek. Where's Amalek here? Amalek is the chief house of Edom. Right? That's the so-called Jewish man. All right? They're the chief house of Edom, right? The Hagarenes will be the chief tribe of the Arabs. Who those be today? Right? You have the Mount of Hagar, right? I don't know who that is. It might be them people in who's the one who does all the deciding out there? It might be them people in Dubai or one of them. Where's Dubai? The United Arab Emirates, something like that? Something like that, right? It might be them, we don't know. We can't say it because we don't know. But expect it to be the chief tribe of the Arab. It's going to be the one who's the most richest, right? The chief tribe always becomes the most richest, right? The chief tribe of Esau became the richest, right? The white man in England got a lot of money. The white man in Spain got a lot of money. The white man in Germany got a lot of money. But then the white man in Israel owns America. You see what I'm saying? He owns America, and everybody knows it, and all white people in America complain about it. That these people own America. They have the largest share of America, and they have they own companies and places where they have direct money to the Israelites. Money being forked over by the Israelites in America. Right? And whatever tax money just goes straight to Israel as reparations. Some crazy amount of money every year just goes to Israel for nothing, for free. Just bringing in gold and dough. They printing money. Some of that printed money got to go to Israel, the Middle East. You see what I'm saying? So much so where you don't hear about it much. You look at they treat it like a small thing, but then they go on to say that Israel has the most sophisticated military in the world, the most sophisticated defense systems, the most sophisticated intelligence systems in computers. You see what I'm saying? Right? Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines. They call it Philistia. Right? Palashath, right? It's Philistia, right? And we went over that last week that Yah is the same Yah that's on like Ahalia. Right? It doesn't, the Yah doesn't mean my here. The Yah is there to say like, Persia or India. Right? Or where else? India. One time they called Great Britain Britannia. They called Germany one time Germania. Right? I was watching a show the other day. We have Assyria. Right? Like that, right? All of the Ia names. I can't remember the other ones. Australia. Right? Some people out there have a place called Islandia. A place is an island, but they call it Islandia to say that this is a place where people are. Right? So Philistia, right? Even though in Hebrew it's just Palashath, right? Amalek in Hebrew is Aimalakwa, right? Does it have the definition of the name? It doesn't. I don't see one. All right, no problem, right? Ammon is the Japanese Aimawan, right? Aimawan, right? Their name is from to say people of itself. Aim means people, right? And the one is to say turn this people into a name. I'm a one, right? I'm one, right? And is to say, the definition of it is to say people of itself, meaning these are people who Lot had sex with his own daughter. You see what I'm saying? They are people born out of itself, right? What's the other one? Moab. Mawa'aba, which means from mother and father. You see what I'm saying? Meaning the father had son with the daughter, right? So the daughter's husband is her own father. Meaning Moab and Ammon are people born out of incest. Slakia. Let's read the definition. It's the Strong's H4124, right? Definition is Moab, right? A son of Lot, also his descendant and the territory where they settled, right? Meaning these people became a people and had their own country, had their own nation, their own race, right? Origin, from a prolonged form of the prepositional prefix M, to say of, right? And Abba, to say Abba, right? From her mother's father, Moab, an incestuous son of Lot. Also his territory and descendants, meaning these people who are in this territory, those people and all of the descendants, all of the antecedents going back, all of their lineage, right, are all a race of people born out of incest. And that's, we didn't make it up, right? That's the Chinese people. Just go ask them. They call them Mongoloid. Mongoloid means the people born out of incest, right? When you get down into Mongoloid and how you get Mongoloidism, it's a symptom where you are born with what they call it Down syndrome, right? A Down syndrome that is only caused by incest. And their race is called Mongoloid because this is how you investigate who the people are. Now people say, oh, the I.S.U.P.K, the I.S.U.P.K says Moab is the Chinese. I don't know how they got that. I don't know how they got that. Why you never just asked? Negro? Why you never just asked? You could ask. All right? But that's who Moab is, all right? All right? Philistine, the inhabitants of Tyre, right? Tyre, Tazawar is rock. Tazawar is the same word for Peter, right? Peter's name is Rock, right? Which is Tazawar, all right? So Tyre is named after the same thing. Yashab, we know Yashabia, the inhabitants. Yashab means sit, meaning the people who sit on this land right here. Those people sit over there, or those people they live over there. Yashab means to sit, all right? Right? There we go. Dwell, right? Dwell, remain, sat down. They sat down. Who sat down? Sit down, right? Dwelling, stay, inhabit, dwell, remain there, meaning to live there. They remain there. He sat down. They shall dwell, stayed, inhabit, seat, and seat to be seated, right? And he who sits and he dwelt there. I sit, I inhabit, right? Same thing, right? It's black talk, all right? All right. Is there any more on here? We're up on the time now, right? Right. Okay. We know that Nakal is river, Banakal. So when you say Banakal, Ba is the preposition, say Ba. Nakal is river. All right. River. All right. Brook, flood, river, stream, valley, the brook, the river, the valley, the brook, the valley, the river, the ravine, the rivers, the river along the brook. All right. Okay. Good. So at least when we hear these words now, Lord willing, we will know what these are, right? And with that, I pass the class to Office of 1,000. I body you. All right. On sign Christ, right? God. Yeah, come over here and read the announcement quickly. Protocol is protocol, all right? To the front, right? God, go ahead, right? Right.
We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We've been on these streets slightly. We started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are they are to be saluted only. They are here to shut themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother and sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. And in this 6-month period, brother and sister will get permission. The brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is the commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in the Hebrew Asherah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you, give to the treasury department, the teacher, priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
The Feast of
Day of Atonement.
yeah, the Feast of Eating Nothing.
Right. Come. Check the bulletin board for any upcoming events. Anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headband, and
right
stuff.
quick, right? To the guy admit, right? We're butchering the language because it's called breaking it down. What you call butcher is called breaking it down. It's making people understanding it in a digestible form. Now, if you think you have something better, right? You go teach a class, and Lord willing, one day we'll come together and we will reason together and we will debate and fight each other in our knowledge, right? But until then, shalom, right?
God, now listen. Man of Israel, Matthew. Don't give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Israel, Madam Shabbat, Matthew, Barak.
Yahweh, Shem, Yahweh,
Dismissed.